Hello, it's David. Welcome to Autobunker. I am standing by the Autobunker family wagon, a G21 330i Touring, which we have leased since new over the course of 5 years and nearly 50,000 miles. So we're coming up to the end of the lease, and I thought it would be good to run through the Loathe-Its and the Loathe-Its that we've worked out after living with it for all that time. And as one of my most hated line managers used to say, remember BMW, feedback's a gift. So let's start on the inside of the car, and there's a couple of things that drive me crazy. Let's start with the fog light button, which, as you can see, I have to tip my head all the way around here to actually see it and find it. And when it's dark and foggy, it's really impossible to see past the steering wheel. A really stupid placement of that switch. I am trying to catch a driver's eye view of just how silly that fog light switch is, hidden behind the steering wheel buttons, and the paddle shift is the button, and you have to tip your head completely underneath the dashboard to find the fog light switches front and rear. What a stupid design. The second Loathe-It is the iDrive system. In itself not bad, but it's so glitchy when it comes to connecting to phones. You'll see I've got a second cradle installed here, so I can just stick my phone in for when it's not working. It's the same with Android, it's the same with my wife's iPhone. Really unreliable. I have subsequently found out how to reboot the whole system and reconnect the phones again, but it's a faff when it happens, and it's really annoying. One thing that is very cool about the iDrive to show you while we're safely parked up, if you put it into sports mode, you get your car appearing in the actual colour that it is from the factory. I do like that, that's cool. The third Loathe-It is also to do with the interfaces and controls of the car. It's the high beam assist on this stalk here. The hardware to operate this, the sensors, the button, are all here in the car, but BMW will try and make you pay a subscription to have that functionality enabled. They can do one if they think I'm paying for that. No chance. And from previous experience on the other generation of 3 Series before this, it wasn't even that good anyway. Let's stay positive now and move on to the Loathe-Its. The boot on this thing is absolutely brilliant, so practical for a family. There's quite a few features, so I'm going to take you through my absolute favourite bits. Let's start with the takeaway hook. Really handy for bottles with milk, some wine and all that sort of stuff in it, or indeed a takeaway. Really good. You'll see my grandpa spec blanket here as well. But the load guard is a really handy feature as well. Makes me very secure that things aren't going to fly through the back of the car and hit my head were the worst to happen. And then the most useful part, the split tailgate. It's such a handy feature. I did a separate video on how this is being deleted in future generations of BMWs. But the split lift glass is just so handy for grabbing things quickly out of the boot. Shut it and you're away. I adore it. So useful. Another Loathe-It is the ZF gearbox. It's so well calibrated. When it's in D and you're just cruising along, really easy to use, smooth takeoffs, really great gear changes and really comfortable, and it's always in the right gear at the right time. And when you engage sport, you get that extra bit of engine braking that you need. That's really handy as well. So it downshifts as you come down the gears into roundabouts when you're going around bends on country roads. Really good, but again, not too aggressive. It doesn't hold gears unnecessarily, and it's a really well calibrated, well adjusted way, and you can flip it with the pedals and live out your touring car driver dreams as well. Another Loathe-It is the active brake cruise control. It's so easy to use. One button to turn on, one press to engage, and it's super accurate. It holds your speed really well, even on a gradient, engaging the brake. Can't think how many speeding tickets that's avoided me. So thank you, BMW. That is a brilliant feature. I'm really pleased to have it on the car. So I think the major Loathe-It with this car is the blend of performance and economy. The 2-litre turbo zips out 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds, which is a decent lick for a family car and pretty much good enough to dispatch most things on the road. The economy is incredible though. On a motorway run, it does over 50 miles to the gallon, which is at a decent pace as well, not messing about. And I think ever since we've had it, we've averaged over 40 miles to the gallon, which, given that I am one of the main drivers with a rather heavy right foot, is pretty incredible as well. So yeah, a really decent blend of performance and economy. Love it.
Okay, so here's some fairly typical data, but I'll get some from the app as well. We refueled, drove to Norwich and back, and I've been mucking about with it in town today, and the car's done 41.5 miles to the gallon. Pretty decent going for a 5.6 second 0 to 60. So just to prove my point on the economy, here's the BMW app. If I go into the October review of our driving, you can see we did 14 major trips, 517 miles an hour, 10 hours, flitting between my parents and where we live in Essex. I'll go into the most efficient trip in a minute, just so I don't show you my home address. Here's the details of the trip with a pen obscuring my home address. 267 Derby Road is a petrol station in Chesterfield near my mum's, and we drove for 2 hours 38 minutes coming home, 175 miles, and look at that, 51.6, and that's an average speed for the whole trip of 68.4 miles an hour. So that's all the stops, all the roundabouts, all the little traffic queues getting on and off. I think it would have been M1, N25, A12, but that's a great journey, really good blend of economy and performance. What a car.
So I hope that list of Loathe-Its and Loathe-Its for a G20 or a G21 3 Series was useful to you. Maybe if you're considering a car in the near future, we've got a consideration to make in the new year when the lease comes up. Do we buy the car from the lease company, stick with what we know, or do we try and go for something else? I'm not sure for the first time in a very long time whether I'll actually go for a new car at all, because I've driven a 2024 car with the bings and the bongs and the lane assist. Oh, it drives me mad. So maybe it's better to stick with the devil that you know. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, whether you agree with my list of Loathe-Its and Loathe-Its. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel for more videos coming very soon. Thank you for watching.